The following is a recording for the University of Maryland Global Campus. Course Pace111T, Section 6370, Group Number 4, by Anthony, Jeff, and Joe. Hello and welcome to Group 4's presentation on dealing with distractions. My name is Anthony, and I will be your host. I'm also joined by Jeff and Joe, who will also be presenting how they deal with their own distractions. I'll be going first today, and I have to say my biggest distraction comes from my family. The Oxford Dictionary definition of study is the devotion of time and attention to gaining knowledge of an academic subject, especially through books. But I wanted to focus in on that meaning of what it means to study in the act of devoting. All of our focus, our time, and attention to one or many things can be a true challenge. In my case, I'm a full-time student, a husband, and a father to a very energetic 1-year-old. And on most days, my house can feel like a zoo, with a dog and child chasing after each other. But I do feel like each of those family areas of my life are worthy to receive their own fair share of time and devotion. But how can I do so when there are only so many hours in the day? What has worked for me so far is sometimes I have to sacrifice those few precious hours of sleep to try and make more time. So I wake up at 5 a.m., have a cup of coffee to where I can devote an extra 2.5 hours to study by myself. This also gives me some time at night with my family where I can devote time to them. And so I don't have to split my attention between schoolwork and family time. I may feel dog-tired on some days with waking up so early, but that trade-off is worth it to me to be able to support those important areas of my life. And next up we have Jeff. And how do you deal with distractions?
I find that my biggest distractions for this degree are my hobbies. When I got my associate's degree, I was taking class in person, and I was able to schedule my classes around library trips being built into the days that I had to be on campus. For this degree, since all of my classes are online and I can't leave my house, I'm finding myself getting restless and wanting to play video games, watch TV, or spend time with my fiancé. I've found success in scheduling exercise breaks to clear my head every few hours while I study. This gives me a mental break while remaining productive. I also have set up a desk that I only use for school, away from as many distracting elements as possible. Lastly, I schedule my schoolwork such that I can cut it off in the evening and have some leisure time so I can avoid burnout. This last one isn't a hard and fast rule because sometimes I need to make deadlines, communicate with group members in other countries, or just want to finish something so I don't have to pick it up at an awkward spot tomorrow. Overall, once I recognize my hobbies as distractions, I've found mindful planning around them avoid negative impacts on my schoolwork.
Thanks very much, Jeff. And next up we have Joe. And can you please share how you deal with distractions?
Being that I live in Germany with no family over here is the most straightforward explanation as to why my friends are considered a big distraction when it comes to school. I am a very social person and for the most part always on the go with my friends. I can genuinely say that the start of these classes was super challenging for me because it requires you to set time apart in a quiet environment to focus on those tasks. After being out of college for 3 years in a constant hangout mode, I had to force myself back into a routine that works best for my day-to-day class schedule. As a person who is easily distracted, I decided to make a room in my apartment a specific school-designated area. That means in that room, there's my laptop, a desk, a soundbar to listen to jazz music, and a strict no Android allowed policy. I have to leave my phone out, otherwise I might as well be with my friends. I found these in combination with proper time management work best for me in phasing out any friend distraction during that study period. The most significant part about this change for me is that all my friends are incredibly supportive of my decision.
Thank you very much, Joe, and to Jeff, who shared previously. In closing, I know that I also struggle with those areas in wanting to have hobby time and wanting to hang out with friends. I think you both shared some helpful points of view for our listeners today. And thank you very much to everyone for listening to today's presentation by Group 4 on dealing with distractions. We hope that you are able to take away something new or useful that you can use to help prevent distractions when you go to study. Thank you.